Okay, let's talk about how you could remain a millionaire forever. Now, if you're not there yet, it's okay. I'm going to show you how to actually get there. But I wanted to make this video on how to stay a millionaire forever because no one's ever taught me. And I wish that I would have seen a video like this, maybe what I'm about to show you in this video, because it would have really helped me on my journey since I made a lot of mistakes. Now first, let's talk about the why. One of the great benefits of having $1 million is not just to buy this $1 million mansion, which, by the way, if you look around the world, $1 million doesn't really buy you a mansion anymore in some places, and it does in others, further away from civilization. And if that's what you want to do, cool. $1 million could also buy you freedom so that you could live the way you want to live and do what you want to do. You could travel forever. You could be a lot happier because you would go to work because it's work that you want to be doing and not that you have to be doing. You don't have to work for a boss that you hate. You could work for a cool boss, and you could work for a boss that you want, or you could even start your own business if that's what you want to do. You could even sit around the pool all day and read and work on your personal development. The point is, you do what makes you feel good, which means you could follow your heart. You could go after the things that your heart desires and do really what calls you. You see, when people work jobs that they don't like, they're not doing what's really calling them. You know, are they doing admin when they rather write a book? I don't know. Everyone has their own path in life. But what I do know is $1 million could last you forever. Now, in my personal life, I have made $1 million a few times, and I've lost it, and I've made it, and I've lost it. I've heard of other millionaires that have similar success stories where they made it, they lost it all, they made it again, they made it faster the next time, which also happened to me. And the point is, it's not that hard to achieve. It actually isn't. If you actually sit down and calculate and make a plan for your life, you'll be able to achieve it. I have a few specific techniques to get there. Now, the first thing that you need to know when starting out is you need to be frugal. So to keep $1 million forever, don't start spending it. I made that mistake. I spent a lot of it. Also, my personal opinion is to not put it into real estate. And the reason for that is, for real estate, you don't have access to it. I do own real estate and I do rent it out, which collects what they told me was passive income. And it kind of is, but it's more active income because you're basically a landlord, and that's active. You need to do stuff for that. You need to maintain the home, fix everything that's broken with it, or hire a property manager that does that, but that takes away from a lot of your fees. Plus you have property tax. And also you have lawyer fees, you need a lot of money down to set up. There's a lot of intricacies that make it not so passive. Okay, and the normal people, or the normies, as I like to call them, which there's nothing wrong with normies. There's nothing wrong with being normal. But the normal people will say, save to retire, put it in some kind of safe place where the bank gives you maybe 2% and stocks give you maybe 6%. I know Coca-Cola gives you dividends of about 3%. That is so low, so low. And plus your money's tied up in that. Personally, I like putting it into a guaranteed 12% return on investment. Now you could diversify your risk and you could go for a guaranteed 8%, a guaranteed 12%. Okay, so for $1 million, that's gonna make you $120,000 a year. That's going to be your money forever. So if you spend that $120,000, then you never spend the $1 million. You'll have money forever and ever and ever, and for many generations to come. Your kids, your grandkids, your nephews, your nieces, everybody. If you use that to even compound your interest, you make even more. And if you do what I do, which is active trading of cryptocurrencies, I wouldn't put the whole thing in there. I've done that before. It was awesome. But I wouldn't recommend it because if you don't know what you're doing, you can actually lose it. So if you're going to put in cryptocurrencies, do it in a very, very safe way, which I actually teach in my 2% theory and $100 a day with crypto. $100 a day with crypto is the least risky thing you could do. Crypto on fire and 2% theory becomes more risky, but it's high risk, high reward. So a portion of my money I have in the 2% theory, and that's active trading. It's not some kind of platform. It's actually teaching you how to make 10%, 20%, 500%. My record is 1200%. And my students do it too. They imagine in a weekend being able to do a 40% return, right? And we do that on smaller amounts. So we accumulate, reinvest, withdraw some, reinvest only 2%, and the money keeps growing. Many people have become millionaires because of that. I get so many messages from students that say, wow, I did 40%, wow, 10%, wow, 70%. I have students making 100 grand a month now because of that, because it's a high income skill. Trading crypto is a high income skill. If you could learn how to trade crypto, you're set for life. And if you have a lot of money now and you want to invest in the blockchain and invest in certain things, you can actually make a return. A lot of older people ask me about it because they don't want to trade at all. They just want to put it in and make their 12%, 8% a year return on investment in a way that they collect dividends. You just need to be careful who you work with. And that's for people who have a significant amount of money. If you don't have a lot of money and you're just starting out, start active trading. If you're still trying to build your wealth, then you need to work like everybody else. Okay, you have to put in the work. If you want to go to 0 to a million, you have to work hard. Some people mistake the 2% theory and they think it's a platform that gives you 2% a day. No, you're actively trading and you're learning how to trade. You're learning how to buy and sell assets and you're making a profit in between. It's very simple. And after I read the book, The One Thing, it really made me realize that if I just do this one thing over and over and over again, I'm gonna get really good at it. And that's what happened. I perfected the strategy and I just keep doing over and over and over again. Some days I make 600 bucks a day and some days I make $32,000 a day. And I show it in the trade. I show it how I plan to make this and how I do it. And sometimes we have really good opportunities and it's a sure thing and you gotta go for it. But that's another video because that really we could go deep into that. But now let's talk about keeping your $1 million and going into the 4% rule. I'm not a big fan of the 4% rule. What it is that if you have $1 million, if you withdraw only 4% and you have the rest invested in stocks and bonds, that you'll have money for 25 years. But what if you're young and you want to retire young so that you could live your life, so you could travel, so you could garden, so you could read books, so you could spend time with your friends and family? Time is so important. And I think we would all like more time. So to get to the point where you save $1 million and make $1 million with all your side hustles, all the way that you could live free rent. For example, you could rent a house with many bedrooms. You could rent out the old bedrooms. That is not beneath me. I've done this for many years. I wouldn't want to do it anymore, but if you're young and you want instant friends, why not? It was a really fun time in my life, actually. You need to have a good sense of who is a good character and who wouldn't be a good match for you when you live in the same house together, because you do spend a lot of time together. You become instant friends and it's really fun. The process for that is you get a place with many bedrooms and then you rent out the other rooms to your friends and you live for free. And then you could save all the money. So I made the mistake of partying a lot, and I mean a lot. I wouldn't actually say it's a mistake because I had a lot of fun doing it, but I did party a lot. And I did work on building a high income skill, which for me was programming software. I did work on that. I wanted to be the best. After that, I got into Google AdWords and SEO, and I wanted to be the best. So I worked really hard at learning it really well. And those are high income skills. So whatever skill interests you, you need to aim at being the best or being really high up there, because that's how you make really good money. And if you're over the phase of partying so much, you could start saving your money to invest. A lot of people say, save your money, put it into stocks, save your money, put it into a house. I think it's a personal preference. If you're going to, okay, this is my take on the whole house thing. I didn't have a house till like way later on in life. I spent a lot of my time just traveling, renting, because I could be in and out. I didn't have to be stuck in one place, and that's what I wanted to be. Once I decided to settle down, okay, and get a house, let me tell you that you spend a lot of time in your house. And I spent a lot of time traveling. So going from traveling to spending a lot of time in my house, fixing it up, designing it the way I wanted it, all that stuff, it actually takes a lot of time. And I think that's why a lot of millionaires just rent where they live, because time should be used on making money or doing the things that you want with your time. Of course, it's a personal preference. Some people like having a house because it's free rent, because eventually you can sell it. It's a long-term investment. You don't have access to the money. The market could go up and down. There are a lot of factors with that. But you'll find if you do the math and you do have a mortgage and you're wondering if you should pay off the mortgage first or invest in some high 12% guaranteed return on investment, you'll find that if you take the 12% and you're only paying, say, 4% or less, you make money over here and you pay it off over here. Or if you want, you can split up your income half-half. So you're partly paying off your mortgage because it's a safe investment, and then part of your money is invested into the high returns. But let me tell you, when I first came into money, okay, I didn't really know how to invest it or what to do with it, and no one's really taught me. And I talked to people. I even went to the bank and I spoke to a financial advisor, which, wow, what they're offering is not great. Not great at all. First of all, everything was variable. Oh, the market goes up and it goes down. So it's like, there's no guarantee. It's like, if I'm gonna do that, why am I not doing crypto? Because at least with crypto, the market does go up and go down, but at least it's a high return. With the stock market, if the market goes down, it's like, well, that's it then. You have to wait. At least with crypto, you can make money on the way down, you can make money on the way up, and it's more money. Imagine having dividends, getting paid 3%. I know that some people do it, but that's the long way of getting rich. You could shave years off your life if you do it the right way. But the thing is, most people don't know about the right way because no one's taught them. Do you think the government and the banks want you to get rich off crypto? No. They're freaking out about it, especially in 2017 when everyone was pulling out their stocks and putting it into crypto. A 5K investment became $1 million in a few short years, and people were seeing that, and it started to become really popular because there's so many millionaires coming out of that. So people would put it into some smaller cryptocurrencies. It would make 10 times that. Imagine putting 5 grand into something and it becoming 50 grand in a year. It was incredible. And we were doing that. My class was out early 2017. I was teaching people how to do it. And now I'm teaching people the new way, which didn't exist then. Everything's changing and you need to keep up with the times, or you'll get left behind doing everything the old way.